Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon and Ascendant for the last 2 weeks of December. I hope you're well. Using the Bonestone tarot for you today, which is interesting. It's never come out for you before, but here it is. Just to let you know, I am working on a 6-month overview of 2021. So from June to January, no, other way around, January to June 2021. Cancer is not done yet, but it's obviously it's on the list. But the link down in the description box there to Vimeo will take you to this series of videos. So just keep an eye on that, and Cancer will be appearing in the next few days for sure. So let's have a look and see your current energy. Current energy for Cancer, please. No current energy, right? We'll try that one more time. Cancer, please. Thank you. Ooh, we have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Swords, 2 8s, that's interesting, together. And one more card for Cancer energy, please. Ten of Pentacles has flipped there, but it hasn't jumped, so I'm not going to take it. This is uncharacteristically quiet of you, Cancer. Cancer. They're all dropping out sideways. You're not talking to people at the moment, Cancer. What have we got? 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you're keeping things to yourself at the moment. For one reason or another. We've got fucking tons of cards jumped out. And I suspect, although it's not explicitly stated, it's because you're kind of feeling it hard to keep yourself balanced at the moment. Well, that is explicitly stated. Things are kind of a little bit low at the moment for you in some ways. I'm going to go with the Commonplace. I don't usually pull clarifiers, but I do want a bit of extra information here. So we have that 8 of Pentacles first, which talks about work. And it seems like work is something that you are putting a lot of focus into. But we also have the 8 of Swords and we have the 6 of Pentacles. It feels like it's very difficult for you to keep yourself on a level at the moment. And I feel like your level is emotional. Even though we have the work card here, you know, with the Pentacles, it seems like the work is the thing that you're throwing yourself into, but it's hiding the fact that you are feeling quite stuck at the moment. You're doing a lot of work to keep yourself balanced, but is it working? Is it doing anything? Tell me about this 8 of Swords, please. Oh, got the 8 of Wands and the Hermit. Yeah, like any interactions that you're having at the moment, they don't feel like they're running particularly deep. It feels like a front. It feels like you've put up a front, Cancer, and you're working with that at the moment, you know, so you are speaking to people in the technical sense, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you're not sharing with other people. That's another 2 cards that came out there. The Moon and Death. Right. So the Moon is your card. It's the card of Cancer, but it talks about the things that are hidden. You are hiding things from other people. And this Death card, right, we love the Death card. Death card's all about transformation, but it feels stuck. It feels like you're not quite getting the transformation that you need at the moment. We've got the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the 8 of Pentacles. I mean, the message is very, very clear. There is a detachment between the facade of Cancer that people are interacting with and what is going on inside. And what is going on inside is kind of difficult. And the Death card and the 8 of Swords here seem to relate in so much as you are feeling kind of stuck. Maybe you're stuck in thought loops, or maybe it is that you just cannot find the way to express yourself to people that would help them understand what is going on with you at the moment. You know, you could even be thinking about death. You know, you could be thinking about could be in a state of bereavement for something, for sure. Let me get this death card clarified. 3 of Pentacles. No, I think it speaks more of a desire to change, but an absolute inability to know how to do it at the moment. We've got the High Priestess at the bottom of the card. And I feel like she's talking to the knowledge that you have, because you are very intuitive. You know, this is the card of Pisces, but it is a card of intuition and emotional knowledge. You know that you're stuck, and yet you cannot effect your release from this stuckness in some way or another. The 6 of Pentacles is interesting because, you know, it adds more to this notion that you are trying to keep things balanced, but it's all happening behind the front. Well, that's 6 of Pentacles. I would go as far as to say that it's quite likely that most people are not aware that you're feeling like this at the moment. 6 of Cups. Yeah, like, I mean, fuck. We've got the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, right? Got all those swords in her bag. It's about feeling like you're kind of at rock bottom in some way or another. We've got the 10 of Wands again. It's just culmination energy. And then we've got 2 cards that have come up in the reverse, and they are the 3 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, where you would usually find support in your, you know, your emotional network, close and beyond that, you know, family and friends. We've got the 4 of Cups here, like you're feeling quite detached from all of it, and it's quite likely that this is a process that you've kind of put yourself in at the moment, because you know other people aren't able to change it. It has to come from you, and it has to come from within. But I do get a sense of you kind of going around in circles with yourself here, Cancer, and you know, finding a way to break that loop is where the transformation occurs. But as things stand at the moment, it doesn't feel like it's coming. Now let's have a look and see, as we do in these mid-month readings, what the purpose of this energy is, because I think everything is a lesson. I think there's meaning in everything, and if you find yourself stuck over and over again with things, you know, it's like, well, what is this energy trying to teach me about, you know, me ultimately, and why I'm here? Tell me about the energy here. What's the lesson? Fuck. These cards are so difficult to shuffle the way that I usually do, because they're really good cardstock. They're really, really thick, and they just won't play quite so well. What's the lesson, please? What's the lesson here? And we've got 1. We've got the King of Swords. Okay, well, that's kind of understandable. What's the lesson, Cancer, please? We've got the 5 of Cups. And the Moon. There you are again. We've got Death at the bottom of this deck as well, right, followed by the World. This is interesting, Cancer. Right, so we have that King of Swords there. That's Aquarius energy. Well, shit, I didn't even notice that. There are actually 2 cards here. I thought it was just the 5 of Cups, but it's not. It's the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles together. And then we've got the Moon, right? There is a discomfort with you in your inner place at the moment, and there's a fogginess. There's quite an illusory nature to stuff, because there's nothing really that you can pin down at the moment. It's quite likely that there are things that have gone a bit awry in your material environment in one way or another, but your resilience seems to be compromised a little bit at the moment. You just don't feel like you're able to cope with things in the way that you usually would, and this is difficult. Now the lesson here is about finding a way to think clearly about this, right? This is this active masculine energy. But I cannot help but feel there is also a lesson here, that this energy is speaking to a lesson of actually talking to people, truly talking to people. Like, this is active expression of thoughts. And the problem is that you've got stuck in a loop, and until you can speak to someone or have someone speak to you who can kind of look at things from a slightly different perspective, you're going to keep going around in this circle. You know, he's a master communicator, the King of Swords. And it seems like in order to bring some clarity to what it is that you are feeling at the moment, it requires active communication, not of the sort that you've been engaging with, where it's all in this front here, but with what is going on beneath that. I see beneath again with the moon. The thing is, the cards that came out in the middle there, we've got this Five of Cups and we've got the Seven of Pentacles. The Five of Cups is a stuck energy in and of itself, right? It is stuck in grief. It is stuck in bereavement. It is stuck in feeling like there are things that are lost. And I mean, this card is just utterly heartbreaking. Look at it. It says so much. There are things that you have lost. There are things that have gone. And for some of you, it could be something really obvious that you can bring attention to. Like I mentioned before, that it was possible that some of you were stuck in a state of grief because there is somebody that you are bereaved from, you know, somebody that you were grieving for. But sometimes it can be altogether more abstract than that, you know, and it can take some real wading around in the dark before you start to get a sense of it, because these things can be quite amorphous. They lack substance. It's a feeling of something that has been left over from you know, maybe a myriad of old relationships. You know, just the feeling that there's something there that you're not addressing, and it's grief for a lot of you. It is grief. It is a sense of loss. It is a sense of rejection. It is a sense of not being worthy or not being seen to be worthy of what you had to give, rather than changing the way that you look at it, changing the way that you think about it, and seeing that, you know, everything is a process. Everything is about learning. You know, even the people that come into our lives, you know, they come in and then they go out again. Nobody is meant to be around forever. In whichever way that they go, there is a lesson in there for you. You know, the Seven of Pentacles is a card of knowing that there is something dissatisfactory about the situation that you find yourself in, and yours is your internal state, for sure. But part of the dissatisfaction is it being able to nail down exactly what it is. Feel this for you quite strongly. You know, I said it feels like you're very good at giving the appearance of competence and maybe even being a bit jolly, you know, as a really good cover for what is going on underneath. But it stops here, and it's not progressing beyond here at all. And you're just swirling around in the mist here, you know. The good news is, I feel that because we've got this Death card here and we've got this World card here, the point of the lesson is to show you how to break that deadlock, is to get you more comfortable with your internal space, to get you comfortable with the notion of even exploring it in the first place. Death, again, you know, card of transformation, it's Scorpio card. But then we've got the World. That's the end of a cycle there. You have been stuck in this cycle for a little while now, and it's possible that the energy of 2020 has really entrenched that in you. It seems like it's coming to completion. It's coming to an end fairly soon, because you will work out how it is that you break that deadlock. And, you know, the lessons that we learn ourselves, those breakthroughs that we make ourselves, they make a huge difference in how we approach the world afterwards. You know, I cannot help but feel that some of you are working really too hard in order to not have to think about the fact that things aren't the way that you want them inside. So let's get you some advice. Some cards of advice for Cancer, please. Ooh. We have the Three of Swords and the Two of Cups. Came out together. Shit. We have the Bruja. That's an interesting card. It's an extra card in this deck. It's not part of the main tarot card, main tarot deck. And one more card for Cancer, please. One more card for Cancer. One more card for Cancer. Thank you. We've got the King of Pentacles. That's really interesting. That's 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. There is old wounding that you are carrying around with you, Cancer. Right? The 6 of Cups is simultaneously my card of the past, my card of childhood, my card of past lives, but also my card of soulmate relationships. And then we have this here, this 3 of Swords and this 2 of Cups. It seems like there is wounding in you that is not yet being addressed, that relates to either a significant soulmate relationship or a number of relationships that, like I said, that have just reinforced a certain level of what was kind of slightly cynical acceptance. Like, obviously it was going to go that way because these things always go that way, but is transmuting into something like, no, this is wrong. It's just wrong and I don't know how to fix it. Now, it could well be that what you're trying to fix is outside of you, right? That's what you're focusing your energy on. Right? I fix the outside cause of this and then I won't feel so bad. But it feels like actually there's internal shifts that need to occur. The internal place is where you need to go to look for these answers. Right? Yeah, we've got the Moon twice plus the Hermit. The difference that you make, or the change that you will make that affects everything going forwards, is the change in you, not the change out there, right? Because you'll be showing up in the world differently. You'll be approaching things differently. Like even this Bruja card here, you know, there's an inherent magic in you that you are completely unaware of. You know, she's holding this, it looks like it could be a deck of tarot cards actually in her hand. Might even be the Bonestone deck, I think. There, she's holding it in her hands, but you know, it's how she's not looking at it. She's looking away from it. Like, you have so much magic in you that you just don't see because you don't ever look down. It's all about everybody else, you know. And if you've struggled with things like codependence, and that is, I'm afraid, something that characterizes the Cancer experience. I've got my Venus in Cancer, like I can relate, it's a thing. Then expecting change when you show up in the same way every time is going to get you stuck in a loop. It's about learning to do things differently, and the difference needs to be in here. Now we've got this King of Pentacles. And he is Earth sign energy, you know, he's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. But as it relates to you and as it is advice, it's like, see this as a process. See this as something that will not get shifted overnight. Like, I feel like part of the reason why you're spinning so much, and it does feel like spinning, is because you're looking for the answer, just that, like that, the thing that will just kind of solve everything. And the King of Pentacles is here to say, no, that's not how this shit works. It's not, you know. The King of Pentacles knows the value of planting a seed really early on and then nurturing that, and with stepped progression working through that, because he knows at the end of it there's going to be a great big oak tree, right? That's not an overnight occurrence. It doesn't happen just like that. And knowing that might be the thing that stops you spinning so fast. And once you stop spinning so fast and you're starting to slow down, then at some point you can actually stop. And when you stop, then you can see that every little step that you take in a particular direction will stop the twisting, it will stop the spinning, it will stop that loop that you are stuck in. The loop doesn't just stop, right? It needs nurturing, and it needs care, and it needs you to apply it to you. Tell me about the King of Pentacles, please. Hanged Man, yeah, like you're looking at everything all a bit awry. There you are at the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups, and she's got a cup. She's like, somebody take the cup. Notice how it carries across in these two cards. Both these women have magical, important things in their hands, and they're looking elsewhere. They're not looking at the thing that they've got. They're just trying to give it to somebody. And King of Pentacles is underneath there as well. It's not about that. It's about taking it into yourself. Yeah, we've got the Strength card underneath the two of them there. It's about you treating yourself the way that you try and treat everybody else, because you don't do that, Cancer. You're absolutely shit at it. I'm sorry, but you are. Again, Venus in Cancer. It's a thing, you know, self-care, nurturing, all that sort of thing, but knowing the value of taking the little steps one at a time. Hanged Man says, it's uncomfortable for a reason. It's teaching you something really strong. Pay attention to it. See the value of the little steps. See the value of nurturing something. See the value of not taking shortcuts, not wanting instant results. You know, the King of Pentacles is the king of delayed gratification. I understand when you're in a difficult place and when things are hurting, what you really want to do more than anything else is just fucking stop. Like, that's what you want. You just want it to stop. And we assume that the best way for that to stop is with, you know, with an instant kind of thing. And you know, sometimes it is childbirth. Whew, when all that pain goes away. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Oh my God. And then there's a baby. And but, you know, the pain stopped. But the internal pain, the emotional pain, it doesn't just stop. It doesn't just go away. It needs careful, steady work at it. Instead of trying to work on things outside of yourself, now bring it in. Bring it in. Like I said, you're being made to feel uncomfortable for a reason, Cancer. Right. I'm going to leave it there because it seems like that's everything that there is to say. I really hope that you found something useful here for you, and do know that I love you all so very, very much. I hope that you stop spinning soon. All right, take care.